Have you been preparing? Have you been getting ready? Do you even know what's going on in the world right now that you would need to be prepared for? Are you paying attention? I know the media is a pain in the ass, man. I don't like them either. I don't want to watch that shit. It's nothing but lies, stress. Nothing. The media don't do nothing but talk about things that create stress and division, aggravation. So I do my best to not take part in the mainstream media much anymore. But, there's a few things that you can't just ignore. You can't just turn a blind eye to. As much as you would like to. And I'm not talking about the election. I don't give a shit about the election. It's a puppet show. It's Monday Night Raw, if you're old enough to remember that. It's Saturday Night Live, but it's real. If you're old enough to remember that, if you get what I'm putting down. But there's a few things that are popping up that are actually of some concern. And it's not the war in Ukraine. I don't give a fuck about that. That doesn't really impact us that much. I mean, it can, because, it does, because we're giving so much of our money away where we're crippling our economy by propping up someone else's. But whatever, that's all stuff above my pay grade anyway. But the thing that's got me concerned right now today, these port strikes that are going on. 14 major ports along the east coast, essentially half of the United States imports, has effectively been shut off, stopped, done. No cargo's moving, no boxes are moving. I don't care about your Temu orders or your Wish.com or your Chinese-made bullshit that you're buying off of eBay. That's not what concerns me. What concerns me is that we've allowed so much of our food to become imports now that we don't have the infrastructure in place to replace the grain that we're not going to be receiving for however long that this takes during an election cycle. That has a brother concerned. That has me sitting here thinking like, if we lose 50% of our grain for even 30 days, what does that look like? Well, that looks like 50% less of everything that uses grain on the grocery shelves. That's what it fucking looks like. It looks like 50% less of everything. What happens to people when they start seeing less of the things that they need? They start panic buying. If you reduce the supply by 50%, but increase the demand by 500%, but that's going to cause some problems, guys. This strike, now forgive me, I don't know a whole lot about it because, I don't watch the mainstream media because I think most of that's just lies and innuendo to create stress and drama in our lives. But I just seen a thing on the internet where this union leader lives in a mansion in New Jersey. Beautiful mansion, 5-car garage, guest house, in-ground pool, the whole 9 yards. Beautiful fucking place. And he's over here trying to advocate for a 77% pay increase. Go Google what a crane operator makes, a union crane operator. Go Google what they make an hour. It's very respectable. Very respectable. And to demand 77% more? Why didn't you my guys might as well have just said double our pay? The ports have offered them a 50% pay increase. Over a 6-year period, over the next 6 years, your pay will increase by 50%. They turned that down. What? You turned down a 50% pay increase? Wait, what? There's got to be more to this, right? There has to be more going on to this, right? You know, the millionaire guy that lives in a mansion is turning down a 50% wage increase for all of his guys across the board. I'd be hard-pressed to think that those fellas that sit in that crane and operate joysticks aren't cool with 50% more. That they really got to have 77% more. Whatever, man. The concept here, the idea here, you know, fuck the money. It doesn't matter how much money that these guys are wanting or how bad it's crippling the economy. What matters is the end result is going to be less food in the grocery stores. Now, there's been preppers and guys like me that have been warning you folks of this for years now, that there's an oncoming food shortage. It's going to happen. There's no way around it. Too many people, not enough folks growing food anymore. All right, the farmers don't farm no more. I mean, around me, the only crops that grow around me are meant for, the corn is dent corn, and it's meant for feed and fuels and plastics and all kinds of different things, but it's not meant for consumption. It's not for human consumption. That's not the purpose of it being grown. The soybeans that they grow around here, again, not necessarily going for human consumption. We import a shit ton of soybeans. We import a shit ton of our food. And if those ships are sitting off the coast like they did during COVID, and that food starts going bad, fuck the money. It ain't about the money. It's about people being able to get the food that they need to be able to survive, because this population of the United States is not prepared to not have these food streams coming to us. We're not set up for it. It'll take years for the United States to get back into a producing mindset, being able to grow and produce our own shit. It's going to take years to get back to that. How many people are going to lose their lives in the process? How many people are going to go hungry? How many people are going to get hurt trying to acquire what they need to make sure that their kids don't starve? Everybody's asked me for years, when is shit going to hit the fan? What is it going to take to make Americans stand up? Not being able to feed your kids is going to be a hard one for Americans to not get savage over. You know, I mean, there's not a dad out there. I mean, you can ask any father that you ever have known or you ever will meet, what are you willing to do to make sure that your kids don't go hungry? If they're worth a fuck all of anything, they're going to tell you, I'll do anything to keep my kids from going hungry. Anything. And when they say anything, they do mean anything, because I know that's what I mean when I say it. I mean, I'll do anything to make sure that my kids don't go hungry. But the difference between me and them is that I've already put that effort in to make sure that my kids don't go hungry. I'm not going to wait until the grocery store is empty. I'm not going to be the guy that has to be out here hurting folks to get what I need. I already have what I need. Where do you stand on the totem pole? Are you going to be the cocksucker that's out there trying to take? Or are you going to be the one out there defending what you've already acquired? Ask yourself that question and figure out where you stand in the food chain of things. Because if you think you're going to be on the take, you better be on the training now. Because there's way too many of us out here that know how to use our guns for you to think that you're going to come and take. Scary times, I tell you. Shit's weird. Keeps on getting weirder. Weirder and weirder every year, every election cycle. Tell me what you think in the comments. What are your thoughts on this whole port strike and the situation of the day? I might even post this video over on YouTube. Just fuck it. Why not? I can't post gun content over there, but maybe I can post some content of me talking shit. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you. Be sure to leave a comment, smash that follow button. We're on the path to 5,000 followers here on Rumble. I would love to shoot right on by that, but let's get it to 5, and then we'll set a new goal from there. Once we hit that 5,000 subscribers, followers, I'm going to get out every firearm in the therapy range arsenal and do a complete gun video and shoot everything that I own all in one video, but not until we hit 5K. I'm actually thinking that in the next week or so I'm going to film that video, but I'm not going to give it to you until we reach our goals. But until then, be sure to live your lives to the fullest. Anything less is an absolute injustice to yourself and every single person around you. Get your shit together. Get prepping. Get some food. Get some water. If nothing else, at least a month's worth. At least. Don't be the first one that has to run outside with your hand out. Thoughts and prayers to everybody down there in Tennessee, South, North Carolina, everybody affected by the hurricanes. We're thinking about you up here in Ohio. And, God be with you all. Stay free, America, if you can.
It's time to shut up and shoot.
Hi, here we go.